कभी मुझे ऑनेस्टली लगता नहीं था कि मैं फनी हूँ। कॉलेज के टाइम पे जब मेरे प्रॉपर दोस्त बने, दे टोल्ड मी कि यार यू हैव अ ग्रेट सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर, तू ज़्यादा बोलता नहीं है बट you know you should, you're great and you can write and you can do this that. Even when I started content creation I was like ये तुक्के में चल गया है, लोगों को लग रहा हूँ मैं funny but there's only it'll only last till the time they realize that oh he's not actually funny, he's just pretending. कुछ ऐसा होता है कि आप दो तीन चीजें ट्राई करते हो but one of them become like the thing that you're famous for. तो वो मेरे लिए कॉमेडी था.
How you grow up in India as a guy, like you know you're made not to care about these things. But actually,
that is not okay to care about. लड़के तो रिन से मुंह धो लेते हैं, बोलते हैं ना.
Exactly.
मुझे नहीं धोना रिन से मुंह यार. There's a joke ना कि तुम लड़के के सर पे हाथ नहीं फेर सकते, उसके बाल खराब हो जाएंगे. Guys are very particular about their hair and their beards and their mustaches. पूरी तो रंगोली बना के घूमते हैं beards में. Guys with good bodies are now wearing see-through kurtas also. 3 साल पहले तक तो मैंने नहीं देखा था. It's not like 3 साल पहले लड़के जिम नहीं जाते थे.
If your mom had to roast your fashion sense, what would she say?
She already roasts it.
Really?
She's like ये क्या पलाजो पहन के चला गया है. भगवान ने शायद दुनिया में मेरी बहुत फोटोकॉपीज भेजी है.
But if somebody saw you with a baby, they would actually be shocked कि ये कब हो गया.
Yeah, I am the baby, guys.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fashion Scoop. I hope you all have recovered, especially people in Delhi from the illness last week. I mean, I have recovered thankfully. But anyways, so today's guest is very interesting. He's your beloved content creator who I have also been following for a very long time now, and he has also made his mark in the fashion world recently, and he's an expert makeup guru, so he's gonna give you a lot of fun insights, a lot of festive insights. So let's dive right in. Please welcome Ankush Bahuguna. Hi Ankush, how are you?
Hi, thank you so much, Priyanka. That was a lovely introduction. I'm quite flattered. Thank you. It's great being here.
Yeah, no, I have been following you for a long time. And let me just tell you one thing. So, we'll ask you all about Wingit with Ankush and everything. But man, you give better beauty tips than a lot of females I know, okay? There's this one tip, I think where you gave like use a blush which is lighter than your skin shade or something. I do follow that.
Did it work for you?
It did.
I'm so happy to hear that.
So, you know, since we are in the festive season currently, give like an exclusive makeup tip which you have recently discovered.
Okay, interesting. Because I was just going to make a video on this, but I think I'll test it out here. So do you think like when you go to Diwali parties, etc., especially when you're party hopping एक party से दूसरी party, do you ever feel like you need to touch up your makeup?
Yeah. Especially like lipstick and everything for sure.
But even the base, like sometimes you feel like अच्छा oily हो रहा है, थोड़ा touch up. So I know that mostly when people touch up their makeup, they just put powder on it. I don't think you should do it like that because you'll have sweat, you'll have grime on your face. Just take a tissue, dab it first. When your makeup is dry, then you quickly check if you need a little bit of concealer, then put a little bit of concealer and then set it again with powder. Because I feel like when people touch up makeup, they just apply powder and they think that's done. You know, even on shoots, that's what happens.
I think it's also like an easier thing because these days the bags are so mini. Okay, it fits like...
I don't understand what is the purpose of those bags.
It just looks good.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so you are a Delhi boy and then you shifted to Bombay, I think a year ago. And I see that you've also like kind of, I don't know if you're working on any Bollywood projects, but you've kind of debuted in like a YouTube web show. Yeah. What's it called?
Arranged Patch-Up. Arranged Patch-Up. This is the season 2. Season 1 happened last year.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't think a lot of people know this, but I actually started my career as an actor before a content creator.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard your mom is also an actor,
My mom is an actor. She does a lot of Uttarakhand cinema.
Oh, lovely.
So, yeah, anybody who watches Garhwali films would already know her. Like, they know me as her son because they've grown up watching her cinema.
Oh, lovely.
But I started as an actor before a creator. I used to do a lot of short films on YouTube. I did some web shows before that. And then it's just that sometimes you don't really know how life is going to pan out and something goes viral. कुछ ऐसा होता है कि आप दो तीन चीजें ट्राई करते हो but one of them become like the thing that you're famous for. तो वो मेरे लिए कॉमेडी था. So then I dived right into comedy content creation, and then I think acting kind of took a backseat for a few years because मुझे establish करना था अपने आप को as a content creator.
Yeah.
But now then I realized कि चलो अब content creation में I've established myself. Now I really need to get back to my first love, which is acting. तो फिर मैं मुंबई shift हुआ. I'm training as an actor. I'm also auditioning. So.
Oh, lovely. I've heard that's a big struggle in itself, auditioning.
Struggle never ends, I think. Struggle never ends.
Yeah, that's true. So you've always been like camera confident since the start, since you've been doing acting and then नहीं?
Not really. नहीं मतलब ऐसा तो नहीं है. But I feel like a lot of things make me nervous. But being in front of a camera is one of those things where I feel nervous. But I also feel like this is where I belong. तो फिर आपको मन करता है इसमें better होने का. Like I have major stage fright also.
Okay.
Yeah, major stage fright. बट आई थिंक मेरी कैमरा कॉन्शियसनेस उतनी नहीं है जितनी मेरी स्टेज फ्राइट है. बट एज कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स आप रोज कैमरा फेस करते हो तो वो तो निकल जाता है आफ्टर अ पॉइंट. एंड आई मीन इफ यू वांट टू बी एन एक्टर यू हैव टू बी okay being vulnerable in front of camera and you know like being okay being yourself.
You have to be yourself, like you have to be a natural.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. You know when you were like a little kid, did you ever imagine कि बड़े होके मैं ऐसे fashion, makeup, content creation, comedy में ऐसे अपनी जगह बना लूँगा?
बिल्कुल नहीं. I think बचपन में, so the thing is that I always wanted to become an actor. I've said this a lot in previous interviews also कि मुझे बचपन से एक्टर बनना था.
Okay.
बट कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं था ये बोलने का कि मुझे एक्टर बनना है बिकॉज यू नो आई वॉज वेरी कॉन्शियस ऑफ हाउ आई लुक्ड. सो आई वॉज लाइक यार मैं ऑलरेडी मतलब स्कूल में मेरा इतना मजाक उड़ता है बिकॉज ऑफ हाउ आई लुक. इफ आई टेल देम आई वांट टू बी एन एक्टर तो उनको और रीजन मिल जाएगा मजाक उड़ाने का. सो आई स्पेंट माई होल चाइल्डहुड प्रिटेंडिंग दैट आई वांट टू बी एन एस्ट्रोनॉट, एन आर्किटेक्ट, दिस दैट. never said that you know like I like vanity, I want to look good, I enjoy fashion वगैरह वगैरह. कभी बोला नहीं, कभी मुझे ऑनेस्टली लगता नहीं था कि मैं फ़नी हूँ. मुझे कभी बड़े होते हुए कभी किसी ने बोला नहीं दे हे यू सो फनी बिकॉज आई डेंट रियली हैव फ्रेंड्स ग्रोइंग अप एंड ऑल दैट. कॉलेज के टाइम पे जब मेरे प्रॉपर दोस्त बने दे टोल्ड मी कि यार यू हैव अ ग्रेट सेंस ऑफ ह्यूमर. तू ज़्यादा बोलता नहीं है बट यू नो यू शुड, यू आर ग्रेट एंड यू कैन राइट एंड यू कैन डू दिस दैट. सो उसके बाद इवन व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड कंटेंट क्रिएशन आई वाज लाइक ये तुक्के में चल गया है. लोगों को लग रहा हूँ मैं फनी बट देयर इज ओनली it'll only last till the time they realize that oh he's not actually funny, he's just pretending.
It's hard to believe that. Okay, like
no,
it's really
maybe
hard
my
to
imposter syndrome or something where I feel like नहीं ये सब तो हो गया है बस. But I never thought ब्यूटी तो मतलब कहीं दूर दूर से कोई आइडिया नहीं था. फैशन ऑल्सो.
Yeah, what inspired you to get into this whole beauty and fashion space from comedy?
I want to say what inspired me was the fact that it brought me back to a very childhood hobby. बहुत बचपन में ना मेरे को पेंटिंग का बहुत शौक था एंड वो हॉबी कहीं छूट गई. फिर लॉकडाउन आया एंड आई स्टार्टेड शूटिंग कंटेंट विद माय मदर. एंड द थिंग इज व्हेन यू आर ऑन कैमरा आपको बेसिक मेकअप तो चाहिए होता है सो दैट योर डार्क सर्कल्स आर नॉट टू डिस्ट्रैक्टिंग ऑन कैमरा एटसेट्रा. तो उससे पहले मेकअप आर्टिस्ट आके मेकअप करते थे जब हम स्टूडियो में शूट करते थे. तो देखा हुआ था कि वो एक ऑरेंज कलर करेक्टर लगाते हैं फिर कंसीलर लगाते हैं. तो जब आप रोज़ 2-3 घंटे मेकअप उसमें बिताते हो तो आप कुछ चीज़ें यू जस्ट पिक यू नो. एंड बिकॉज आई ऑलवेज लाइक टू पेंट, मैं ये चीज़ें ऑब्जर्व करता था कि वो कैसे पैलेट में मिक्स हो रहा है. आई डेंट रियलाइज आई एम क्यूरियस अबाउट इट बट वो दिमाग में बैठ गई थी चीज़ें. सो व्हेन लॉकडाउन हैपेंड आई वाज लाइक चलो अपना मेकअप एक बार ट्राई करते हैं, अब तो खुद ही करना है. और हो गया. एंड देन आई लुक्ड एट मम्मी एंड मम्मी कहती मुझे तो कुछ नहीं आता. आई सेड चलो फिर मैं ही करता हूँ. उनके पास कोई एक रैंडम फाउंडेशन पड़ा है, एक रैंडम कोई पुराना ब्लश पड़ा है. मेरी मम्मी का ये सीन है कि उनको तैयार होना बहुत अच्छा लगता है पर आता नहीं है करना कुछ. So
yeah, that's a problem with a lot of people.
But she loves dressing up. So then in lockdown that was our bonding time. कि उनको मजा आता था कि नए नए कपड़े पहन के पोज करना कैमरा के लिए. तो आई वाज लाइक चलो मैं आपका फोटो शूट करता हूँ आज, कुछ नहीं है करने को, आज फोटो शूट करते हैं, आज आपका मेकअप ट्राई करते हैं. तो देन आई जस्ट स्टार्टेड डूइंग दैट एंड आई रियलाइज्ड इट रिमाइंडेड मी ऑफ पेंटिंग. I saw makeup as you know like mixing colors, creating shadows on the face with contour. It's such a beautiful mix of art and science.
Yeah.
तो मुझे बहुत मज़ा आने लगा and then I started making content and people really liked the fact कि ये एक इंसान है जो न्यूबी है, इसको नहीं आता मेकअप करना. Like I literally on day 1 of starting the page I said मुझे नहीं आता but मुझे शौक है तो मैं तुम्हारे सामने फिगर आउट करूंगा एंड मे बी यू विल ऑल्सो लर्न विद मी. सो मेरी ऑडियंस ने मेकअप करना मेरे साथ सीखा. आई एम नॉट अ ट्रेन्ड मेकअप आर्टिस्ट, आई एम अ मेकअप कंटेंट क्रिएटर. I learn every day and my audience learns with me.
So you grew together.
Yeah. I think that's why the audience is loyal. Because they're like हमने इसको scratch से देखा है.
I think it's important, like, you know, when people trust you, they've seen your journey, I think that's when they become loyal to you, right? Otherwise they'll not stick around.
Yeah, I mean unless like See, there are two ways of it. Some people assume authority over people कि अच्छा मैं तुम्हें बताऊंगा ऐसे करना है. I am a makeup guru. I don't feel that, and I've never been that, because I literally, in the last 4 years, if you scroll down my Instagram feed, you will see where I started from and where I've reached and how I've reached there. So it's very transparent. It's in front of everybody. And you know, I get DMs where people say कि हमने तुम्हें 2-3 साल में देखा कितना improve हुए हो. And if you can, then I feel like even I can, because I love makeup, but मेरे पास वो skill नहीं है. But maybe if I practice as much as you, I can also, you know, get better at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And how would you describe your personal fashion sense?
My personal
Has
fashion
it also
sense,
evolved like your beauty?
massively. In fact, मुझे beauty शुरू करने के टाइम पे भी नहीं पता था that I'm into fashion. You know, कुछ चीज़ें होती हैं आप तभी realize करते हो जब आपको मौका मिलता है.
Yeah.
बचपन में like I come from a very middle class family where we didn't like हमने कभी branded कपड़े नहीं पहने. मेरे कपड़े मम्मी ले आती थी तो मैं पहन लेता था. काफ़ी सारे हैंड मी डाउन्स होते थे भाई बहनों के. तो ऐसा कभी था नहीं कि वो प्रिविलेज नहीं थी कि आप सोचो कि वो लाइक दिस इज़ हाउ आई वांट टू ड्रेस अप और मुझे ये ब्रांड के कपड़े पहनने हैं. तो वो मौका नहीं मिला लाइफ में. अब नाउ दैट आई हैव दोज रिसोर्सेज वेयर आई गो टू इवेंट्स एंड डिजाइनर्स आर लाइक अच्छा लेट्स गिव हिम क्लोथ्स एंड यू नो ही विल वेयर देम, हमारी भी पब्लिसिटी होगी, ही विल ऑल्सो लुक गुड. सो व्हेन दैट स्टार्टेड हैपनिंग आई रियलाइज यार आई एक्चुअली एंजॉय इट.
Yeah.
Like when I have the option, I have an opinion ki, oh no, this doesn't look good on me, this looks good on me, and you know, this kind of silhouette makes me look very different. So I feel like working with stylists, working with so many designers, etc. I've realized यार कि मतलब मेरा भी opinion है कपड़ों में. I care about how I look. पूरा बचपन में बोलते हुए निकाल दिया कि vanity is not for me, मुझे नहीं फर्क पड़ता मैं कैसा लग रहा हूँ, लेकिन मुझे पड़ता है.
I think that has a lot to do with also how you grow up in India as a guy.
Yeah.
Like you know, you're made not to care about these
Yeah.
things. But
That
actually,
is not okay to care about.
Yeah.
You लड़के तो रिन से मुंह धो लेते हैं बोलते हैं ना.
Exactly.
मुझे नहीं धोना रिन से मुंह यार.
You know, but actually I've seen a lot of guys are very interested in
Yeah.
how they're looking, and especially when they meet a girl and they
100%.
find their match and they're like, I also want to try this.
अरे
I
ये
also wanna-"
मुझे एक बात बताओ. If like ये जो बोलते हैं कि लड़के are not interested, vanity is not for them, ये दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा झूठ है. क्योंकि
Yeah.
हर दूसरा बंदा दिल्ली में सेम हेयर कट करा के घूम रहा है. अगर विराट कोहली कोई अच्छा नया ट्रेंडिंग हेयर स्टाइल करा रहे, सारे लड़के उसी दिन भागते हैं सैलून में.
Exactly.
लड़कों के सैलून में मैं देखता हूँ ना, वो ब्लीच भी करवाते हैं, वो टैन रिमूवल भी कराते हैं, सब कराते हैं. बट सैलून से बाहर निकल के देर लाइक नो वी डोंट केयर अबाउट ऑल ऑफ दिस. एंड आई एम लाइक किससे झूठ बोल रहे हो भाई, सबको पता है यू केयर अबाउट योर लुक्स जस्ट एज मच. लाइक देयर इज अ जोक ना कि तुम लड़के के सर पे हाथ नहीं फेर सकते, उसके बाल खराब हो जाएंगे. गाइज आर वेरी पर्टिकुलर अबाउट देयर हेयर एंड देयर बियर्ड्स एंड देयर मुस्टैशेस. पूरी तो रंगोली बना के घूमते हैं बियर्ड्स में. So but when it comes to makeup, they're suddenly like, no, guys, this is not for guys. So it's a little bit of a hypocrisy.
No, but I see like, you know, the evolution has happened a little thanks
little bit,
to
yeah.
people like you. Like, you know, they do put these brow gels and everything to set things up and all. So that's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
मतलब
yeah.
मैं ये भी बोलता हूँ कि ऐसा कोई कंपलसरी नहीं है. मतलब मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा जस्ट बिकॉज मैं मेकअप लगाता हूँ एंड इट्स ओके फॉर मेन टू वेयर मेकअप दैट एवरीबडी हैज टू डू इट. नो,
Yeah.
a lot of women also don't want to apply makeup and they should not.
Yeah.
You know, the conversation is कि यार if something makes someone happy and that's not causing you any harm, then don't ruin their day by saying something mean. Just accept that this is how they want to look and it's fine. तुम्हारा क्या जा रहा है?
Exactly.
तुम्हारा क्या जा रहा है अगर मैं अपने मुंह पे फाउंडेशन लगाऊं ना लगाऊं? तुम मत लगाओ ना, तुम्हें नहीं लगाना तो.
Absolutely. Okay, coming to a fun question after this serious discussion. If your mom had to roast your fashion sense, what would she say?
She already roasts it.
Really?
She's like, ये क्या पलाजो पहन के चला गया है, ये कैसा फिट है, ये तो पता नहीं तुझे अपने साइज के कपड़े नहीं मिल रहे. लाइक शी डजंट अंडरस्टैंड वो
Yeah.
जो बॉक्सी फिट्स होते हैं वगैरह. तो शी इज लाइक अरे ये क्या पहन लिया है. तो मतलब वो तो मजाक, मेरे घर पे तो मेरा बहुत मजाक उड़ता है बिकॉज देयर लाइक क्या 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 बन के घूम रहा है. एंड बट देयर ऑल्सो आई थिंक बट दे एक्सेप्ट इट. देयर लाइक हाँ तुझे पसंद है ऐसा पहनना तो तू पहन, इफ यू फील गुड इन इट ग्रेट.
Yeah.
एंड समटाइम्स व्हेन द पिक्चर्स टर्न आउट वेल देन देयर लाइक हाँ चलो फोटो में अच्छा लग रहा है,
हाँ.
जब तू पहन के आया था तो अजीब लग रहा था. बट आई थिंक वो when you pose with confidence in pictures na, a lot changes.
Absolutely.
So they're also like yeah no great pictures and उनका भी style थोड़ा evolve हो रहा है. Now they're understanding कि जैसे मम्मी पापा आपस में से डिस्कस कर रहे होते हैं, पापा बोलते हैं क्या पहनता रहता है ये कैसे पैंट्स हैं इतनी बड़ी नीचे से, पैर ही नहीं दिख रहे इसके, तो जूते ही नहीं दिख रहे, जमीन पे गंदी नहीं होगी पैंट ये वो. एंड देन मम्मी कहती है आजकल यही चल रहा है, आप इंस्टाग्राम देखो खोल के.
How cute.
Yeah.
Nice. But you're already immune to all this roasting, so you don't care about कि बाहर वाले क्या बोल रहे हैं, घर पे ही सब पूरा फुलफिल हो जा रहा है.
See, एक होती है हार्मलेस रोस्टिंग, जब आपके क्लोज वंस आपका मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं, which is great, you know, which is fun.
Yeah.
They don't stop me from doing it. It's not like they're bullying me. It's not
Yeah,
like कि
yeah.
वो बोल रहे हैं कि मत कर. They believe in me and they're like, you know what you're doing and it's your personal style ना. Like
Yeah.
कई बार घर में ऐसे तो मम्मी के कपड़ों को लेके भी होता है कि ये साड़ी क्या साड़ी पहनी है आपने,
हाँ,
and then
yeah.
she's like, अरे मुझे पहननी है मैं पहनूंगी.
Yeah.
It's literally as simple as that. So I think all of us understand that. कई बार पापा जो शर्ट्स पहनते हैं मम्मी को नहीं पसंद आती,
Yeah.
but then we're like, यार उनको पहननी है ना, वो पहन रहे हैं, तुम्हें थोड़ी पहना रहे हैं.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Nice.
It's really that simple.
Absolutely. Also, you recently made a debut in the Cannes Film Festival. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about that.
Let's.
You were
Yeah.
wearing something lovely from Torani.
Correct.
So please describe the outfit for us a little bit. And then how did you kind of choose that particular one? Or somebody, or your stylist chose it for you?
So I usually style myself, but for Cannes, I wanted to work with a stylist. So I worked with Akshat Tyagi. He's a great stylist, great person to work with. So हम लोगों ने सोचा था that when I go to Cannes ना, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि just because it's a big milestone for me, I change my personality and I dress like someone else. So he was like, we'll identify तेरा personal style क्या है and we'll elevate it. So my personal style is that I like colors, I like prints. मतलब I don't think people have really seen me in like a black suit and like a very formal look because that's not me.
Yeah.
Like even if I wear a suit, like on the red carpet when I wore a suit, the blazer was a little short. It
Yeah.
had a flower on it. It was like usually black blazer होता है, black pants होती है, white shirt होता है. उसका blazer ही white था. So I feel like with the first Torani look that we did ना, we wanted to start with a bang.
Okay.
And I was like, I mean, there is so much to get inspired from in India. Ki when you go represent your country at a Cannes Film Festival, there has to be some influence, you know. And I love colors. So there was that purple color ka kurta
Yeah,
and pajama, and then there was a beautiful cape. So it's a kurta pajama, but with a modern twist. It was like a big overcoat,
Yeah.
which was printed, and it had a beautiful heart.
I
Piche.
saw, yes.
And then there was a stole also with tassels and everything. There was so much color, so much personality, and then we paired it with these boots. So it also didn't like look just Indian. It looked like an Indian mixed with modern. It was like very fusion kind of look.
Yes.
So I quite liked it. And then with the makeup, I was also like, कि makeup में मुझे कुछ करना है, but it should balance the whole outfit. So I did like ombre brows, where the brows went from black to purple to pink.
Yeah.
So and because वो beauty trends में इतना देखा नहीं है लोगों ने, so I was like, beauty for everybody is just eye makeup and blush, but let's do something with the brows maybe, you know.
Yeah.
So just wanted to go all out, experiment with my style, but also stay true to who I am. मतलब मुझे ऐसा भी कुछ नहीं पहनना था which I wouldn't wear otherwise. This is a look that I would honestly wear all the time. Yeah, it was very insane.
It totally looks like a Diwali look also to me.
It can be. It
Yeah.
can be. It
Yeah.
can be. And I felt like it represented India very well. Also, Torani, because what he stands for, I really respect. Like he really is very deeply rooted in his culture, and he promotes his culture through his clothes.
Absolutely.
So Sindhi culture.
Yeah.
So I really like that about him. I really like that about the brand. So I said that, you know, even the brands that I worked with, the designers I work with, I should believe in what they stand for.
Yes.
Because this is a big deal for me. And for beauty industry in general. So
Yes, absolutely. He has a lovely store in Khan Market. Even the opening
Beautiful.
was amazing. It was all these earthen pots, you know, on
Yeah.
the ceiling and everything. Very pretty.
So when
Yes.
everybody is going for the Western aesthetic, he is like, nahin, my Sindhi roots are what make me
Exactly.
me, and I'm going to promote that. So I find that very beautiful.
Lovely. So coming back to the festival, if you're a first timer there,
Yeah.
what is something that you learned as a first timer and one should know as a
Lots.
first timer?
I learned a lot. I learned that, you know, when you see these pictures of celebrities where they're doing these fancy photo shoots and all, you don't realize कितना time लग जाता है इन चीज़ों में.
Okay.
Especially, like, for example, thankfully I had a team with me there, and thankfully I got a team with me there, because वहाँ लोग इंडिया जैसे फंक्शन नहीं करते, वहाँ पंक्चुअलिटी इज अ रियल थिंग. लाइक वो इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम पे नहीं चलता है.
Yes.
एंड कैन में बहुत ट्रैफिक लग जाता है, बहुत ज़्यादा.
Okay.
सो अगर आपको कहीं पे 6 बजे पहुंचना है, यू हैव टू थिंक 1 घंटा पहले, और फोटोशूट्स में टाइम लगता है.
Yeah.
Plus, when you go to, as a content creator, I'm saying, when you want to put out these looks, timing matters a lot. आप different time zone में हो, you also want to be the first one to put out your look.
Yeah.
तो वो बहुत बहुत मेहनत लगती है. Like my team worked very very hard. कई बार I skipped my meals because खाने का time नहीं था. At the same time, this is the work front of it. Other than that, there is so much to see there. Like if you're a cinema lover, आप इतने सारे पर्सनालिटीज से मिलते हो, उनसे इतनी अच्छी कॉन्वर्जेशंस करते हो, और वहाँ की वाइब इतनी अच्छी होती है. वो जो थिएटर था जिसके अंदर मूवी लगी थी, मतलब जब मैं खुद जर्नलिस्ट था, तो मैं आर्टिकल्स लिखता
You
था.
were also a journalist?
Yeah.
Wow,
I
I
used
didn't
to.
know
Yeah,
this.
I started my career as a report, like
Okay.
almost like a. I don't know if you can call it a journalist, but I was a content writer. But I would write a lot about Cannes and who wore what and fashion stories, Bollywood stories, interviews.
Nice.
I would do all of that.
Okay.
तो मैं उस साइड से आया हूँ, मैं इस साइड पे था, तो मुझे वो पूरा इट वाज अ फुल सर्कल मोमेंट. आई वाज लाइक वाओ, मैं लिखता था आर्टिकल्स अबाउट हु वोर व्हाट, एंड नाउ आई वाज बीइंग टैग्ड इन दीज आर्टिकल्स कि अंकुश बहुगुणा वोर दिस दैट, एंड आई वाज लाइक यार तुम्हें नहीं पता व्हाट गोज बिहाइंड द सीन्स.
Yeah.
सो उस थिएटर में जब आप जाते हो, यू सी हाउ मच लव इंडियन सिनेमा गेट्स. लोग उठ के 8-8 मिनट की स्टैंडिंग ओवेशन देते हैं.
Really?
I also got to know that a lot of people who walk the red carpet don't actually watch the films. क्योंकि उनके गाउन्स इतने बड़े होते हैं कि वो बैठ ही नहीं सकते उन सीट्स में, so they
Yeah.
go from the back door, निकल लेते हैं. तो काफ़ी चीज़ें पता चली. I also realized that Indian cinema is doing great. Like
Yes, I agree.
so many new milestones we're achieving, and वहाँ पे in general जो crowd होता है ना, they're so much in love with cinema that it's infectious. Like if I ever get to go again, I would want to watch a lot more films. Because that experience of sitting in the theater, watching, like imagine पूरी दुनिया से लोग आए हैं to bond over that one piece of cinema, जो शायद उनकी language में भी नहीं है. Imagine, like that's so beautiful. As someone who's grown up loving cinema and films and someone who wants to be an actor, this was such an exhilarating experience.
It makes you feel connected to a community.
100%.
I feel, yeah. And you're right about Indian cinema. Like our last episode was with Anusuya and Sameer. So I
She's
get
killed
it.
it. She's killed
it. Yes, absolutely. Okay, before we come to more fashion questions, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You have recently discovered your doppelganger, apparently.
Oh my god, it's a real thing.
What is that about?
भगवान ने शायद दुनिया में मेरी बहुत फोटोकॉपीज भेजी है, because this is so the thing is with my community ना, I'm very honest and like उनको जो मजाक उड़ाना होता है मेरा वो उड़ा लेते हैं ना. I'm totally fine with it because
Yeah.
I feel like that's my relationship with my audience. That's why they stay connected to me, because they look at me as a friend. So this started when someone sent me a video, said, "Is this you?" This was a guy posing with a baby and with a girl.
Oh.
And they were like, "Is this you?" And I was like, wow, this looks like me.
Huh.
I was like, no, this is not me. Then someone else sent me a video. They said, "Is this you?" I said, "नहीं यार, पर ये भी मेरी तरह लग रहा है." And then it became a joke with my audience that there are a lot of people who look like me. Basically, every guy with a beard looks the same. That's the joke.
Yeah.
So now they keep tagging me in new videos. And recently, this one video has gone viral where most of the comments are just tagging me, "Ankush, is this you? Ankush, is this you?" So there's this recurring joke on my profile, #NotMe, where I keep sharing these DMs and I say, "Not me, not me, not me." And then लोग मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं कि भाई तुम्हारी बहुत फोटोकॉपीज घूम रही है दुनिया में.
But if somebody saw you with a baby, they would actually be shocked कि ये कब हो गया?
Yeah,
Like-
I am the baby, guys.
So no plans of any marriage,
no plans
nothing
of
on
babies,
the
of
cards.
course not.
Not babies. I mean, like
No.
no, nothing.
नहीं,
as of now.
calm. बस calm.
Okay, fine. Okay, coming back to fashion.
Huh.
So you also walked at the Lakmé Fashion Week recently.
I opened the show.
You opened the show, yes. So please tell us like about the designer, your outfit and everything. But before that, what were you feeling? What was going on in your head? Were you nervous? Were you like excited? I mean, what was the whole feeling?
See, the one thing you should know about me, I'm always nervous. जब जरूरत नहीं होती मैं तब भी. Nervousness is my constant state of mind. ठीक है.
I hope you're not nervous right now.
I could be.
Okay.
And maybe now I am. No,
Oh,
I'm
no.
kidding. I'm fine. So I opened the show for Pawan Sachdeva. Pawan Sachdeva is one of those designers जो when I just started content creation ना, तब मेरे उतने followers भी नहीं थे. But he used to dress me up for events because he said, "I like your content. I like you as a person. I like the way you work." And that meant a lot to me उस time पे, because I was like, you have no reason to support me. I'm not giving you any clout. I don't have that many followers, but you're still supporting me. And you know, ऐसी चीजें आप you remember these things.
Yes.
You remember the people who support you in the beginning of your career when you're nobody. Once you've established yourself, there will be a lot of people who will see
Yeah.
potential in you.
Yeah.
But when you're just starting out, now people who see potential in you, I will never stop appreciating them. So from being dressed by him to watching his fashion shows to opening his fashion show was a big moment for me.
Yes.
Because I was like, yeah, this feels good, you know, like this, I see my growth, I see his growth, and I love how we've maintained this relationship so far. And obviously I was nervous opening the show. I walked the ramp before, but जब पिछली बार मैंने I walked the ramp, I was like, अच्छा मेरे सामने ये मॉडल है, मैंने पूछा था मेरे आगे कौन चल रही है.
Yeah.
वो जैसे जैसे चलेगी मैं वैसे वैसे चलूंगा, उसके पीछे पीछे जाऊंगा, जहाँ वो मुड़ेगी मैं वहाँ मुड़ जाऊंगा. I'm not a professional model, right? So And I'm very grateful for these opportunities, but I also want to give it my best. But when I had to open the show, I was like, I am starting the show. Like, that's a lot of pressure. I'm the first person they will see. And he's trusting me with it. Like, he's trusting me with opening his show and showing one of the best pieces of his collection. I practiced a lot. I went like 3-4 घंटे पहले मैं वहाँ पहुँचा. I worked with the fashion choreographer जो उनके शो के थे. I asked them कि मैं कैसे चलूँ अच्छा, like is this good, is this good. I always take a lot of help from models. They're very helpful, lovely people. I asked them कि यार मेरी walk देख के बता दो, वहाँ खड़े हो मैं चल के आऊँगा, मुझे बताओ am I walking fine. And then they tell me no, like it's a little too sway, थोड़ा control your body, like chest up, all that. They help me. So I practiced a lot. And उसके बाद तो जो हुआ उसका क्या कर सकते हैं मतलब.
No,
I
it was
like,
good.
No, I think it went well.
Yeah.
I had my friends cheering for me in the audience, and I think the garment looked great.
Yes.
Which was the whole point. Like when you're opening the show, it's not about you, it's about the designer and
Yes,
his creation.
yes.
And I think I pulled it off well, and he was very happy with it. So I'm very happy.
Nice. You also attended the Milan Fashion
Yes,
Week,
I did.
right? So you were not walking over
No, I was
there,
not
you were
walking.
just-
I was not walking, but I went with international brands like Kanali, Todds. I went to see their shows, etc. So that was also new for me. एक टाइम होता था मैं इंडिया के फैशन वीक्स के पासेस लोगों को कॉल कर करके जुगाड़ करता था कि यार एक पास दिलवा दो, मैंने कभी नहीं देखी फैशन वीक कैसी होती है. एंड देन आई वुड गो एंड देन आई वुड नॉट हैव पासेस टू गो इन, सो आई वुड जस्ट लाइक हैंग अराउंड एंड सी अच्छा यहाँ पे शो होता है, ऐसे होता है,
It's hard to believe that you've been in that position also.
I've
right
worked
now.
behind the scenes for so long.
हाँ.
Like I've had a desk job for so many years कि मतलब मैं ये दोनों sides देख चुका हूँ. So I also don't get easily swayed by this because I know the hard work that goes on the other side. So I
Yes.
think I have massive respect for people who work behind the scenes like producers and stylists and everything because I've worked with all of them very closely. So yeah, तो अब जब मेरे को ऐसे फ्रंट सीट पे बैठ के फैशन शो देखता हूँ, I'm like यार ये थोड़ा आउट ऑफ बॉडी एक्सपीरियंस है. Like happens regularly every fashion week. This happens for me now, but every time I sit on that front row, watch a show, I'm like, yaar, do you realize how life has changed? There was a time where you were hustling to get inside this room.
Yeah.
There was a time I've stood with the photographers and just watched the show because I just wanted to watch the show. And designers didn't know who I am. And now I get to talk to them, I get to meet them, I get to see their creations, I get to wear their creations. So it's beautiful. And even with Milan, like I went to support Dhruv Kapoor, who's an Indian designer. वहाँ जाके इतना अच्छा लगा कि यार, you know, you're seeing other shows and then you're seeing an Indian show and the designs were so good and the response was so amazing. And I was like, this is great. Like, these are the people I know from Delhi and they're doing so well. And
Yeah.
I'm glad to be supporting them. So,
Absolutely.
और एक नई
Lovely.
जगह घूमने को मिलती है.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you extend your trip and then
I
you
do
come
यार,
here.
I do. मतलब मैं
Nice.
बचपन में कभी ट्रैवल नहीं करा यार, तो अब जब मौका मिलता है ना तो I feel like I want to make the most of it. तो when I went to Cannes, फिर उसके बाद मैं पेरिस चला गया था. फिर जब मैं मिलान गया था तो मिलान में भी I extended it 2-3 more days. Because I was like, अभी मौका लगा है तो घूमो.
Nice,
Yeah.
amazing. Coming back to Wingit with
Yeah.
Ankush, so I mean, it has gained a lot of popularity,
Huh.
and I really like your episode. Yes, fingers crossed with Sushant Divgikar, Rani Kohinoor. So I mean, it's very humorous. Okay, it's very funny and like,
Rani is savage.
yeah,
Rani
it's
is
a fun
savage.
episode. Yeah, I loved it. Who's your next dream guest? Like, you know, is there any particular person you really want to work with?
A lot of dream guests, yaar. But I feel like my dream guest would be, I don't know if dream guest, but I really want to create something on Katrina Kaif
Okay.
because I love her. I love her brand. I love what she's done with her brand, and I think she really understands makeup and she's very passionate about it.
Yeah.
So I think Katrina.
Yeah, I mean, K by Katrina, amazing brand. I mean, since the time it has been launched, like with Nykaa, and the response is so well. I think
The
consumers.
quality of the products is amazing, and
the
you know,
consumers relate to it.
and you
Yeah.
can tell that the celebrity is invested in that brand by the quality of that product. You know,
Yeah.
आपको समझ आ जाता है that this celebrity actually understands what she's doing. So I think it's the best celebrity-owned brand in the country.
Absolutely.
And I have massive respect for that. I see that passion, ki like she's really into makeup. So
Yeah.
I feel like if I ever, you know, like get to collaborate with her, there will be so much to talk about.
Yeah.
And it won't just be like a fanboy moment. It'll be like, hey, like let's bond over this common love for makeup.
Yes, absolutely. You know, talking about this, a lot of brands from outside India are actually launching in India.
Huh.
There's Milk, there is
So many, yaar,
Dr. Jart, there's like
Correct.
so many that are coming from Korea and from this place and that place. what are your thoughts on this? Like, you know, how do you think the beauty and the fashion industry is actually evolving into something different in India?
I think it's good, yeah. I think it's good that these brands are coming to India because that means they're seeing a great audience here. And I mean, we are a lot of people. अगर आप इंडिया की population देख लो, हम इतने सारे हैं. And we can contribute so much to their sales also. And I feel like the more international brands come to India, the more Indian brands will up their game
Yeah.
to compete. क्योंकि ऐसा ही होता है ना, एक वायरल प्रोडक्ट इंडिया में आता है, फिर कोई ना कोई अफोर्डेबल ब्रांड उसका ड्यूप निकाल देता है.
Yes. I've seen so many dupes in the past few
हाँ,
months. Yeah.
मतलब और वो चाहिए because not everybody can spend like 3,000 rupees on a primer, right?
Yeah.
So
Correct.
why not? And I feel like the more international brands come to India, the more Indian market will evolve and go outside India. Because I think like we are great at affordable makeup.
Yeah.
So many brands in India are doing crazy. Like for example, even KY Katrina, I would say they're somewhere in the middle of like affordable and premium, but the quality that they give for the price is amazing. So many new brands are making such good dupes. Like Swiss Beauty is making good dupes.
Yeah.
Mars is making good dupes. So I feel like it's good.
Also, the ingredients are pretty good, I feel. Like, you know, they have this skincare infused makeup,
Yeah.
this, that, multiple things are happening.
Yeah, I think beauty industry, though, every day it's evolving, and you know the competition is fierce.
Yeah.
Which is great for consumers, because if the competition is fierce, that means brands will work extra hard to give you the right products.
And you'll have many options also. to
100%,
choose from.
100%.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, coming to some Diwali content, because you know we have like the festive season happening. I went to a Diwali party over the weekend, and I saw 7 to 8 guys wearing the same pista color, same type of kurta.
Really?
Okay, yeah. And I was shocked to see that. I was like, हर बंदा आते जा रहा है same.
अभी वो
you know?
meme भी चल रही है ना कि every Delhi guy has that blingy kurta.
Huh, like you know
Yeah.
they have a similar,
Yeah.
either is that black blingy kurta
Yeah.
or it's like some pista, some color is
Like a
working right
shiny
now,
kapda.
something, okay,
Yeah.
like some and every other guy is wearing that same thing. So you being like an expert in this and you know a revolutionary who's kind of changing so much.
I'm changing
I mean-
anything. I'm just exploring my own personal style.
Yeah, in order,
yeah.
like you are also doing some
Okay.
good. So you know, give them some kind of like you know advice and tip on how to look a little different, because
Yeah.
they're all looking the same.
I to feel like as long as men in our country are being open to experimenting with style and beauty, I'm very happy with that. Matlab, just be open to trying new things and just be okay with other guys wearing what they want to wear. That's step number 1. हम जब वो cross कर लेंगे ना, उसके बाद we can talk about how you should look different, this, that. And I also feel like, यार, see, the thing is that as creators, as celebrities, it's very easy for us to wear different looks on every party because we're not paying for it.
Yeah.
Let's be real. That is my perk as a creator कि मुझे source करने को मिल जाता है outfit. Like if I have to go to a party, I can just contact some PRs of some brands and they will send me clothes and they will be very expensive clothes जो शायद मैं खुद के पैसों से नहीं खरीद रहा हूँ.
Yeah.
Correct? I'm sourcing them. Now the general public doesn't have that resource, right? उनको खरीदने पड़ते हैं अपने खुद के कपड़े. You know, so many times my friends tell me कि यार तेरा तो सही है, तुझे हर पार्टी पे जाना होता है. You can get a new piece of garment every time, but we can't. Like हम एक बार शादी पे कपड़े खरीदेंगे, हम उसको जब तक 10 बार नहीं चलाएंगे तब तक हम पैसे नहीं वसूलेंगे. Which I think is absolutely fine. As a creator, I never want my audience to think just because I'm wearing new clothes every time, you need to wear new clothes every time. You can wear that one thing everywhere. It doesn't matter if it makes you happy, if you've spent your money on it. Wear it, yaar.
Yeah.
Wear it. I mean, why not? I'm
Makes
wearing new
sense.
clothes every time because I'm making new content every time. As an audience, you will not want to see me in the same kurta every time, so I have to wear new clothes. And I can, so I will because it's fun, you know.
Yeah.
If you had the option, if anybody had the option of changing clothes every day, they will. But let's be real, when I buy my own clothes, I wear them 30 times. So
That's true.
it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But if you're interested in fashion and if you can't wear this, if you don't want to wear the same thing again and again, just learn how to style it differently. Like I have this one blue kurta जो I think 6 साल पुराना है, मैंने नहीं फेंका है, because that light blue kurta is so versatile that I can wear it to the blue Nehru jacket. I can also wear it to the white stole. I can also wear it with dhoti pants. I can wear it with straight pants, and it looks different every time. So I feel like if you are someone who wants to look different every time, but also don't want to spend a lot, buy some basics. And then buy 1 or 2 statement pieces like a nice embellished Nehru jacket or a nice embellished heavy dupatta, or just borrow a dupatta from your mother.
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, just एक plain kurta को आप you can like just amp it up by a great stole. So I feel like because पर्सनली मैं ये फॉलो करता हूँ. पर्सनली जब मुझे खुद के कपड़े खरीदने होते हैं तो मैं हर बार नए कपड़े नहीं खरीदता.
No, yeah.
I have some pieces that are statement which I will pair differently every time. So
No, but I see this huge gap in the market. You know, I wanted to gift a guy friend of mine, like, like an Indian outfit. And I hardly found any good Indian wear, ethnic wear brands. Like, I'm not talking about on Myntra and Nykaa and all. Like, they
Like
have
market
some.
mein you say?
Market mein, when I'm going and visiting, I'm hardly like in the mall or anything. I'm seeing women wear is like flooded.
तो
But
हमेशा
like,
से ही है, हाँ,
हाँ,
correct.
but like कोई भी नहीं खोल ही नहीं रहा. Like I don't understand this. And then when there are some, they're like priced at a really high. Like
Correct.
it starts from 20-25,000. So I mean there are not many options. Like
of course.
within that 5 to 10K bracket, I don't see much going on for like ethnic menswear.
I feel like brands like Tasva and all are doing a great job,
हाँ.
but maybe they're not the affordability that you're
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at, and
yeah.
fair. But I feel like it's changing. जैसे अभी if I look at it, 3 साल पहले लड़के इतने bling पहनते ही नहीं थे.
हाँ.
अब वो कुर्ता बहुत कॉमन हो गया है, the bling वाला, but at least guys are now wearing bling.
Yeah. हाँ, that's
उससे
a
पहले
great
तो वो
thing,
plain
yeah.
वो the plain cotton kurtas they would wear even on Diwali.
Yeah.
Like there was no golden, there was no silver, there was nothing. Ab men are wearing at least bling. So I feel like the growth in the men's fashion will be probably slower, but it will happen. जैसे अब वो गोटा पट्टी वाले कुर्ते अभी मैं देख रहा हूँ लोग पहन रहे हैं, like वो जो I don't know the साड़ी kind of material वाले कुर्ते that are a little
Chiffon
shiny.
and all.
Yeah, people are wearing, like guys with good bodies are now wearing see-through kurtas also.
Yeah.
3 साल पहले तक तो मैंने नहीं देखा था. It's not like 3 साल पहले लड़के जिम नहीं जाते थे.
Yeah.
But I feel like that change is happening. But obviously, like the more designer you get, the more cost also increases.
That's
so,
true. But as a guy like in India, what do you think are the challenges that you are particularly facing when it comes to fashion or like beauty or whatever?
I'll be very honest. I think Instagram पे आपको लगता है कि दुनिया बदल रही है and it's very woke and everything. But sometimes, when I dress up for these events and I go out on the road, sometimes the way people look at you as like कि ground level पे sometimes the mentality has not changed that much. For example, like if I talk about people on the street or people in my colony, etc. If I'm going out with a full face of makeup and a blingy kurta and everything, बॉम्बे में तो लोगों को फिर भी समझ आता है, चलो वहाँ पे बहुत एक्टर्स हैं, दिस दैट इवेंट्स होते रहते हैं. बट दिल्ली में आई हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड दैट समटाइम्स पीपल विल लाइक लुक एट यू कि क्या बन के जा रहा है. सो आई फील लाइक ग्राउंड लेवल का चेंज बहुत अलग होता है. Instagram और सोशल मीडिया इन जनरल कैन बी एन एको चेम्बर. आपको लगता है कि आपके आसपास अगर सब सपोर्टिव है तो पूरी दुनिया सपोर्टिव है, ऐसा नहीं है. मे बी यू आर सराउंडेड बाय द राइट पीपल, बट इट माइट बी डिफरेंट फॉर अदर पीपल. मे बी दैट्स व्हाई लॉट ऑफ गाइज डोंट एक्सपेरिमेंट, क्योंकि उनके फ्रेंड्स ग्रुप में मजाक उड़ जाएगा उनका.
That's true. No, it happens. Like, and this is like since you're like a child, since you're in school, okay, there's so much pressure. Like, I have a young sister and I just made like a funny video of her and I had put it. And the next day she's coming home and she's like, everybody's teasing me. What have you, this viral thing, good morning, pineapple. That
Good morning, pineapple, looking very good, very nice. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, so so she was singing that and I made like a funny video and I put it. They are liking and enjoying it.
Correct.
But in school, they are like teasing her and making everybody say pineapple aa gayi, pineapple aa gayi. So it's like
So she hates you now.
I mean, I don't know what
That's just
to say.
sisters, it's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I do see that. But what is like one advice like that you can give since you've experienced all of this to like a person, especially a guy who is interested in like fashion and the makeup scene and the beauty scene and everything, but because of all these statements, comments, they kind of withdraw. So what do you want to say to them?
I just want to say one step at a time, because ये कहना बहुत easy है that like people will be supportive and the world will change, but it happens very slowly. So I also feel like when my friends and when men around me, like in my friend circle, they feel like I sense that this person is into fashion but he's not being able to explore because उसको डर लग रहा है judgments का, और अंदर से इतना internalized shame भी होता है ना कि यार मुझे मन क्यों कर रहा है ड्रेस अप होने का. मैं तो लड़का हूँ, मुझे तो रिन से मुंह धोना चाहिए, ऐसे बोलते. So मुझे ऐसा लगता है one step at a time. If you want to experiment with fashion, you also need to be comfortable. वो खुद का comfort भी धीरे धीरे आता है, right? So one step at a time, छोटी छोटी चीज़ें करो. Like if you want to dress up for Diwali, buy that one kurta which is experimental but not too experimental that you'll get too much attention maybe, so that you also ease into it. I feel like you as a person needs to ease into it more than other people. Because if your confidence is shaky, it's very easy to throw you off.
True.
बट मैंने भी अपने फैशन के साथ धीरे धीरे एक्सपेरिमेंट करा. नाउ आई कैन वॉक अराउंड इफ आई फील लाइक वेयरिंग अ स्कर्ट टुमारो आई विल वेयर इट एंड आई विल वॉक अराउंड बिकॉज I've built that confidence up. On day one I may not have been able to. And on day one अगर मैं ऐसा कुछ बहुत ही अतरंगी पहन के निकलता और मुझे लोग 2 कमेंट्स बोलते मुझे को याद रहते.
Yeah.
So I also experimented with my style धीरे धीरे so that I build my own confidence first. So I feel like if you're into fashion, go for it. First of all, don't be ashamed about it. Ki I want to look good. No, it's fine. Vanity is for everybody. Skincare is for everybody. Makeup is for everybody. Fashion is very individual. If you feel like you're bored of like the plain black kurta and the plain white kurta, go for a red kurta. It's fine. Wear a stole with it. There are so many ways to experiment. I also want to say, as men, I think all of us just need to be more tolerant of other men around us. For example, if you sense that a guy in your group likes to dress up or likes to do skincare and is into makeup, मजाक मत उड़ाओ ना उसका.
Yeah.
क्यों मजाक उड़ा रहे हो? मतलब let him be. And I feel like if we men only keep judging each other, like I feel like most of the judgment I face is from men only.
Yeah.
Because मतलब they are the first ones to make fun of me कि अच्छा ये तो लड़कियों वाले काम है, तू क्यों कर रहा है? मतलब तुम्हें क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है अगर कोई
Live and let live.
हाँ live and let exactly it's as
Yeah.
simple as that. It's not कोरोना कि वो स्प्रेड हो जाएगा कि just because I want to wear makeup तो मेरे साथ रह के तुम्हें भी मन करने लग जाएगा. तुम्हें नहीं है मन
And
लगाने
मन
का
कर गया तो बहुत अच्छी बात
हाँ
है.
नहीं करा तो नहीं करा. मैं like
Yeah.
मैं तुम्हारे मुंह पे आके मेकअप नहीं लगा रहा राइट. So I feel like as men we all need to, as young men especially Gen Z, I feel like just stop being so judgmental about the men around you. Men in your friend circle might be into fashion, into makeup, into beauty. They might not be able to express it because of how you are with them. So allow people that space to just be
I like
themselves.
women in this. They're very supportive, like ये
Yeah.
तेरे पे अच्छा लग रहा है, ये तो ये try कर ले, like it's kind of fun that way.
I feel like because ये तेरे पे अच्छा लग रहा है because it's growing up you've always seen your mothers into fashion and
Yeah,
beauty.
yeah.
अब लड़कों का ये है कि उन्होंने हेयरकट्स के लिए they're very open. If you want to dye your hair they'll be fine. Like वो डिग्रीज होती है कि अगर तुम्हें विराट कोहली वाला हेयर स्टाइल कराना है they'll be like हाँ बहुत कूल लग रहा है ब्रो, बाइकर जैकेट लेनी है बहुत कूल लग रहा है, स्नीकर हेड्स होते हैं सारे लड़के. लेकिन अगर तुम there are some things that they've never seen men do, so they associate that with women. कि मेकअप नहीं लगा सकते, स्किन केयर. ये किसने बोला है कि मतलब दाढ़ी में यहाँ धारी बनवाना इज ओके बट फेस वॉश लगाना इज नॉट ओके.
Yeah.
सो इट्स लाइक वो एक मेंटल ब्लॉक है क्योंकि उन्होंने अपने बाप दादाओं को ये करते हुए नहीं देखा, उन्होंने अपनी मम्मियों को करते हुए देखा है. तो दे थिंक ये लड़कियाँ करती हैं. आई फील बट दैट्स चेंजिंग यार. ऑल ऑफ अस आर ऑन सोशल मीडिया, वी हैव सीन इनफ टू बी ओपन माइंडेड अबाउट दिस नाउ. सो
Absolutely.
ग्रो अप, लाइक अपनी इंडिविजुअल ग्रोथ पे थोड़ा काम करो.
Nice. Okay, that's a nice Diwali advice for everyone. Okay, before we end, we play like a small, quick game. Okay, so be quick about
I
it.
will not be quick at this for sure. But anyway, let's
You
go.
might. Let's start.
Let's see.
Okay, creamy, gloss, or matte? Your preference in lipsticks?
I don't wear lipsticks, but if I have to creamy,
Okay, fine.
Creamy.
Maybe like a nude gloss.
I'm not a fan of, personally, like when I do looks, I'm not a fan of gloss.
Okay.
I prefer like a soft finish, which is like a cream finish.
Ah, nice. Okay. What's your current go-to song while doing your makeup or driving or whatever?
It's not a current song ever. It's always, I have this 2000s ka playlist. I'm still stuck there. So I will be listening to like some Billu songs like Marjani Marjani or Love Mera Hit Hit. Like that's my taste in music.
Okay.
So मैं वही गाने सुनता हूँ अभी भी.
Nice. Complete this sentence. I feel blessed because.
I feel blessed because I get to do what I love. I feel blessed because I have life has been kind.
Lovely. An understated beauty product.
An understated beauty product would be, actually there are too many. Understated would be a color corrector, yeah. Like people really don't understand how color corrector can really change your makeup base.
I'm guilty. Even I don't understand much about it.
But maybe you don't need it that much. But I've realized some people really don't realize कि इतना concealer लगाने की जगह if you just put a color corrector का drop under your concealer, you will need 1/10 of your concealer.
Oh, lovely. Okay. A Diwali ritual that you absolutely cannot miss.
डांट खाना घर पे.
What? Why?
हर दिवाली पे डांट खाता हूँ. कुछ ना कुछ तो ऐसा होता है. दिवाली पे कुछ ना कुछ कलेश होना तो मैंडेटरी है घर पे.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Your all-time excuse to skip a party if you have to.
My all-time excuse is मैं ऐसे कैमरे पे बता दूंगा तो मैं यूज़ नहीं कर पाऊंगा ना. ये तो दिवाली के बाद रिलीज होगा, राइट?
नहीं.
Oh shit. तो फिर मैं एक्सक्यूज यूज कैसे करूंगा? My excuse would just be यार like अब तो बहुत ईजी है, मैं मुंबई शिफ्ट हो गया हूँ राइट, सो आई कैन ऑलवेज से कि यार अभी वो
मैं
घर
तो वही
जाना
नहीं,
है, घर जाना है, मैं मुंबई में नहीं हूँ, मैं दिल्ली में नहीं हूँ, बट ऐसा नहीं है, मैं आई एम वेरी ऑनेस्ट एक्चुअली। आई मुंबई जाके आई थिंक आई started being very honest कि यार आज I don't have the bandwidth, I'm too tired, yeah, I have another event to attend today. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. So it was great having you, Ankush.
Same here.
I hope like the listeners will enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed this conversation.
Of course I did.
What was your feedback? How did
I
you
mean,
like it?
I love talking about these things, and I didn't even realize हमें इतना time हो गया बात करते हुए.
Yeah, same.
Which is
Even I
great,
didn't realize. Yes.
which is great, and
Yeah.
I wish all the best for you, and I wish this Diwali brings the best for all of you and your team.
Thank
And
you.
yeah.
I wish the same for you.
Thank you.
Happy Diwali to you guys too. Thank you for tuning in. We'll bring you such episodes, great episodes, and see you soon. Bye. Thank you.